This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi all, good morning. Just give a minute, I'll share my screen. Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Vivek.
Yes,
Yeah,
Vivek.
okay, then. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, so today we are going to be discussing about Selenium IDE. So basically, Selenium IDE is one of the record and playbacks in a playback version. So IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. Why I'm going to show this one? Yes, just we are going to be getting some high level idea how Selenium is going to be work and what are the required parameters we are supposed to be pass from our end while we are working with the Selenium WebDriver. So what are the things we are able to do with Selenium IDE, we are not able to do with Selenium IDE, then what are the solution for them? So which which all are the features force us to move from Selenium IDE to Selenium WebDriver? Then just I'm going to show some high level locators. So once these two completed, then we are going to be start with Java. So why I'm showing these two at the initial stage, the Selenium IDE and some kind of locators. Why? Because just you people are going to have some idea about the Selenium, what is meant by Selenium, how it's going to be work in a real time. Then what are the prerequisite? While we are working with the Selenium, yes, how Java is required. Yes, how Java is required. Like that, even finding the locators and using the locators is very, very important. Yes, as an automation engineer, we are going to be write we are going to write a script in every day work. So while if you want to interact with any particular element in a page, yes, you're supposed to be identified. You're supposed to be identified. This is one of the common thing we need to do with common practice for the automation engineers. Yes, this is one of the important scenario. So identifying why this identifying the element is that much required or is that much huge thing to learn. Yes, sometimes the locators are very, very different. So Selenium is not able to identify all the elements with all type of attributes. Selenium itself is having some of the limitation. Based on their limitation, it can able to identify some of the elements. Sorry, it can able to identify elements with some of the attributes only. So some of the attributes is nothing but yes, only four attributes by using the ID or class or name or link test. Yes, if any attribute is not having these kind of sorry, if any element is not having these type of attributes, or if any element is not having unique values to these type of attributes, then how I can able to handle, then how I can able to interact with that element, then how I can able to automate that scenario. Yes, yes. These are the common difficulties we are going to be faced in our real time. How silly in our real time. So that's why identifying the elements is one of the important thing just like a Java. So that's why just initial days, first 2 days, today and tomorrow, I'm going to be show you a high level theory about identifying the elements. So that whenever you have a free time, whenever you're finding free time, until unless we are going to be start the Selenium, that means after 20 days we are going to be start the Selenium. So whenever you have a free time while we are going through Java, just try to have a look at locators also, so that you will get some kind of experience before we are going to be start with Selenium. So once Selenium started, again we are going to be discuss in depth about these type of locators. But you people have a time to do some kind of practice so that you have some kind of doubts, some kind of clarifications and everything. Yes, that's right. We are going to be discuss locate about locate in a initial stage just for 2 days. Then immediately we are going to be jumping to the Java. So now I'm going to be show you the Selenium IDE. Yes. So what is meant by Selenium IDE? So basically, Selenium IDE is a plugin. It's a simple plugin, simple add-on to your browser. They're supposed to be added to your browser. It will not take any installation or something else. There is no installations, there is no exe files, nothing else. Simple add-on it is. Selenium IDE is the first version of Selenium. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. So basically, Selenium IDE was deprecated by the Selenium itself officially in 2017. In 2017. Then later again they released it in 2018 year end. So basically Selenium IDE we are using it for record and playback. Selenium IDE is having a capability of record each and every action what we are going to be doing in real time in a browser. Yes, it's going to be record each and every action what you are going to be doing on your browser. Then it's having that record, we can able to save that play recorded script. Then whenever you want it, you can able to play it just like a test. So this is a common feature of Selenium IDE. So in 2008 to 2012, 2013, even to up to 14, this is one of the major tool in market. At the time, Mercury Qtb is one of the competitive tool and one of the toppest tool in market. So, but it's a licensed version. So freeware, the best supported freeware at the time is Selenium IDE. So most of the companies at that time started automation with Selenium IDE only. So most of the people who are having the basic knowledge about the Selenium IDE, they all are joined as a software engineers at that time. So how it will be work? Yes, we can see it. First, we are supposed to be added to our browser. Just go there. So before 2016, yes, Selenium IDE is the only plugin for the Mozilla Firefox browser. At that time, some limitation is there. You can't able to you can't able to script or record the actions from other browsers. It's only can able to record the actions on Mozilla, and it while if you have playback also it's only can able to do on Mozilla. But while if you are looking now Selenium IDE is available for multiple browsers. For the Chrome, for the Mozilla, for the IE, yes, like that multiple browsers is available. But earlier it's only for Mozilla. At the time that is one of the big challenge. Just search for the Chrome plugin, yes. Just go for the Google Chrome.google plugins. Yes, here you can have it. Yes, this is Selenium IDE. Already have this plugin. That's what's asking me to remove. If you are a new user, if you are not having it, yes, you can do. It's showing us active your browser, active your Chrome. Yes, just please try to add it to your Chrome and please try to practice it whenever you have a free time. Yes, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Okay. So if you added it to your browser, then it will show you a icon here, Selenium icon here. After adding it to your browser, it will show this icon here, Selenium icon here, this Selenium IDE. Okay. So what is the use of Selenium IDE? How we are going to be use it? Yes, I have a browser like this. So I have a website here. This is one demo website. We can use it for our automation purpose. Yes, like this we have multiple websites. Yes, going forward we are going to be move from one to one. So as of now, I'm using this website for automation. Okay, just copy it. Just copy this URL. Just copy this URL where you want to auto record your script. Just I'm opening Selenium IDE right now. So whenever you are opening the Selenium IDE, it's asking you for different options. Record a new test in a new project, or open an existing project, or create a new project, or close Selenium IDE, or close Selenium IDE. So here, so record a new project, a new test in a new project is nothing but it's going to create a new project and new test both. But if you want to add a test into your existing project, yes, you're supposed to choose this option. Just I'm going to be choose first option. Yes, I'm taking a new project. That one is test underscore selenium. Sorry, test underscore IDE. That's it. So it's asking you for the base URL. So base URL is nothing but on which URL you want to automate your application. So which URL you want to automate? Yes, I want to automate this application. Already copied it, right? I want to automate this open source demo application. Yes. So just you can click on the start recording. Just you can click on start recording. Whenever I'm clicking on the start recording, it's going to be launch one browser. In that browser, it's going to be launch this URL. Just you can observe. Yes, it's launch the browser and it's launch the. Yes, you can see here. So this is the way. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I have. Sorry. Here I have my memory. Okay, I think I added my credentials into my admin. I'm entering username as an admin, and I'm entering username password as an admin123. Yes, I'm clicking on the login. Yes, it's logged into the application. It's logged into the application. So see here, I'm closing this window. I'm clicking on the admin. Yes, here I'm entering Jasper Morgan. Just I'm clicking on the search. Yes, I'm selecting this checkbox. That's it. That's it. So now I want to stop my. Yes, you can see now. Now my recording is completed. I want to stop it. Just I'm going to be open my Selenium IDE here. Yes. So just you can observe here. Just simply you can observe. Here, this red color button is highlighting. That means already recording is in process. Just you can observe here, it's blinking here. That means already recording in process. So my recording is completed. Just I want to stop it. Just click on stop. Yes, whenever I click on the stop, it's asking for the test name. So earlier I selected an option create a new text in a new project. At the time it's asked for the project name, but it's not asked for the test name. Now it's asking. My test name is Selenium. Okay, okay. Orange demo. Yes, this is my Selenium. This is my test. Okay. So you can see here each and everything, each and everything, each and everything was recorded. Yes, you can observe here. Each and everything is recorded. So what about these all? Why it's recorded all these actions here? So the click, type, click. These all are the actions. What I used to do to delete my credentials, which all already displaying there. That's why these all actions are taking. Just give a minute. I'll remove my credentials from my memory and I'll try to record it one more time. Just give me a minute.
Hello.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm in mute. Just I'm trying to delete my uh, credentials from my
Oh, okay,
backup.
Vivek.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So actually, what happened here? If you see these actions, so these entire these six lines are actually not necessary. Why these six lines are recorded here? So whenever I opened a new window at the time, yes, whenever I launch this user, this URL, so my username and password by default came at the time. Why? Because they are there in my passwords memory. So that's why I used to remove it manually, even though those actions are also recorded here. So it's a bit confusing for you people for initial days. That's why I removed it. Let me create one more Q test. Yes, now I'm recording from here. So just I'm entering here. So before entering any text, yes, I supposed to make sure I'm entering a username field. That's why I'm clicking here. Then I'm entering admin. Admin. Yes. Then I'm clicking on the password button. Yes. Then admin. 1, 2, 3. Just I'm clicking on the login here. Yes. Now I'm here. I'm here in a yes. Now I'm in dashboard page. From here, just I want to move to the admin page. Then I'm going there. Then I want to select a user role from this drop down as an admin. Just I'm clicking on search. Yes. The first option is Charlie. Just I'm selecting it. So this is actions I want to record. Then I want to stop it. Just I'm going to be yes. Just I'm going to my Selenium IDE and I'm stopping it here. That's it. Okay. Yes, it stopped here. Now I want to do this recording. I want to play this recording here. So already this was recorded. So I want to play this record. Let me play it. Okay, before going to that, we can discuss about these scenarios. So whenever you see the Selenium IDE, yes, whenever you see the Selenium IDE, basically you are having three different cells. You are having three different columns. One is a command column, another one is target column, and another one is a value column. Yes, what is meant by this command or what is meant by this target or value? So what all are it is? Yes, these all are the exact parameters where we used to do the work. Yes, these entire things are recorded by the Selenium. So on which basis the Selenium ID is recorded? On the on the basis of action, what you did, what you did from last browser session, what you did on last browser session. Yes. Then what I have to. So how we have to understand it? How it recorded? Then how we have to understand? Yes. First thing, the simple thing, the first thing you can observe here, the first command is open. Yes, open is nothing but it's open in empty window. It's open in the empty window. Whenever I start on record, it's open in empty window, right? That's one is also recorded open. Then it sets the window size. You can observe the window which is opened by the Selenium IDE is having some size lesser than the actual Chrome browser window size. That size also is recorded here. Yes, then that's also fine. So we are not having any step to launch the URL. Why? Because already we given the URL here. So there is no launch URL command. So you open the window, it sets the size. At the time, already it's having the URL. Okay. Well, then what is the first thing I used to do here? What is the first thing I used to do here? Yes. See here. L- Yes. In very first time, yes, in very first time, just I want to make sure I'm typing in a username field. That's why in my very first step, I used to click here. I used to click here. Even that action also recorded here. Click. This is the action what I did is, is recorded by the Selenium ID. I click on this field. That's why it's recorded the click action also. Command is nothing but the action what I did. Then target. Target is nothing but yes. Target is nothing but the address of the element where I used to did that. Where I did that. Yes, I did on username field. That's why this is the target. That's why this is the target. Okay. Then after clicking on it, yes, the just initially I used to click on username field. Then I started typing into this one. I started typing into this one. So here you can see that action. What I did is type. The where I used to did is username field. Target is username. Target is username. This is the target. And what I typed, that one is admin. My username is admin, right? I used to type admin here. Here. Yes, what I typed admin, even that also recorded here. Even that also recorded. Then once that username field completed, once I entered the username, then I mouse over and click on the password field. Yes, you can see here, click. Action what I did is click, and where I did is the password. Yes. To do the click action, no value required. That's why here that end value column was empty here. Value column is empty. So once I clicked on this password field, what I did, just I used to type the password. So that action what I did is type, and where I used to do is where I used to do is id equal to txt password, and what I typed is admin123. Just give a minute. Yes, this is admin123. Okay. Then after entering the username and password, what is the action I used to do at the time? Generally, after entering the username and password, what is the action we did?
Click on the login button.
Yes, generally we used to do that. Yes.
Okay.
So I used to click on the login button at the time. So even that also is recorded here. The action what I did is click, and where I used to read it is on login button. Yes. So while I'm explaining it, yes, you people might be have one confusion. What is this ID equal to txt username and ID equal to txt password something here CSS equal to. So these are the targets I used to tell. So how these targets are coming. So how we can able to identify this is a target. Yes. Yes, I'll tell you that in next class. So this is a target. So this is a click action. What action I used to do is click, and where I used to do this one is target. And this is a simple click action. There is no value required. That's why value field was empty here. So once I enter the admin, yes, now I'm clicking on the admin button. Yes, you can see here. I did the click action where I used to do it on this admin. CSS equal to menu underscore admin underscore view admin module B. So on this element, I used to do the click action. Yes, that's also recorded. Yes. Then after that, I used to click on this user role. Yes, you can see here user role, user role. I is clicking on the ID equal to user role. This is the target. Then after that, after clicking on it, I used to select the admin option. Yes, yes. Here, this action is select. This initially is a click action. Now it's a select action. Initially, I clicked on the drop down. Now I'm selecting the option from the drop down. Select. What is the option I selected? I selected option label equal to admin. Yes, I selected admin only at the time. Then after that, I used to click on search. I used to click on search at the time. So here, click where ID equal to search button. Where ID equal to search button. Then later I used to click on this. I think first option. Yes, it selected that also. So in this way, each and every action what we did was recorded by the Selenium IDE. So what is the use of recording this one? Yes. So whenever you want to play it, yes, you can play it. Now I want to play this test. Yes, you can see now. I'm going to click on the play. Sorry, we are supposed to be log out it. Yes. Yes. Now let me click on run. You can observe. Still one more session is alive. You can see here, it's enter the username and password. It's selected the username role. Yes, it's clicked on the search. You can see here, it's selected the admin from the user role and it's clicked on the search. That's why we are having these step of initiation. So if you see these all the steps, yes, still the script is running. So all these steps are executed very successfully. That's with having green, 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 green color. So last step, yes, last steps also completed. That's with selected Dominic here. That's we selected the Dominic here. Yes, if you have any confusion still, let me.
Vivek,
Yes, please.
yeah, Vivek, last session we find the elements in inspect through inspect,
Ye-
and we find the elements
Yes,
and
exactly.
we write it the script.
Yes, yes, yes. So yes, so so that's a demo session. That's why I used to show that one how we are going to be doing it. Just from a very scratch, I want to show. That's why I'm showing here from the IDE. So here if you see here, if you look into this here, in command target and value, yes, these targets are nothing but the locator. So is a Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is having a record and playback mode. That's why it can able to read these locators by itself from the web page. But once we are moving to the Selenium WebDriver, so Selenium IDE, this particular thing, Selenium IDE, what record and playback we are seeing now, we are not going to be used in real time. So now these things are used by only DevOps team. So these are having a lot of limitations. So we are not using it for the automation, test automation. Then why I'm showing this one as of now? Why? Because just I want to give you a high level idea about the Selenium IDE also. Selenium IDE also. So as an automation engineer, we have to get knowledge about all the live Selenium versions. That's why I'm showing you a high level idea here. So at the same time, by looking into this recording, we came to know that the important things. Yes, whenever we ask Selenium to do something, yes, we have to. Selenium will require three things. One is a command. Command is nothing but what type of action Selenium is supposed to be do and where it's supposed to be do. If any value required, what is that value? Yes, these things. So here, Selenium is recorded itself. Selenium is created their own script itself in this Selenium IDE. That's why these all are generated by the Selenium IDE. So we are not doing anything here. Just we are clicking on the run and just we are clicking on the record and we are clicking on the stop. That's it. So remember, all the things are generated by the Selenium IDE. But once we move into the Selenium WebDriver, yes, we are supposed to write this command as per our requirement, and we are supposed to be write this target as per our requirement. At that time, yes, as you told, we are going to be write these targets from the inspecting the elements. Yeah, is it clear? Is it clear, Sarath?
Yes, Vivek. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, so next step, like I think now we are moving to the stage. So this is a simple scenario. This is the way how Selenium IDE is working. This is very simple one. We are not going to use it anymore. So if you want to do automate any test case, simply we are supposed to click on the record and we need to do the actions on the browser. What are the steps there in our web page, in our test case, and we need to save it. So whenever you want, yes, you can go and click on the run. Yes, it's going to be. You click on the username and password, login button. Yes, click on it when you selected the user role. That's it. Now it's going to be select. Now it's going to be select. Now Dominic has his checkbox also. Yes, it's looking for that element, trying to find an element. Yes, still it's looking for that element. Yes, you can see. So by its default time, it's going to be wait for two. Sorry, it's going to be wait for 1 minute for an element. Yes, it can able to identify it. Yes, you can see here. Click on this checkbox. So our entire test case was executed successfully. That's why each and every step is highlighted in green color with ticks. Yes. So this is the way how Selenium IDE is working. But in market, Selenium IDE, we are not going to be used as an automation engineers. Why? Because it's having some limitations. So as per my requirement, if admin, I'm selecting admin and clicking on search, there is no result here, or results is there. In that results, some Vivek is not there, so that I supposed to be select another user role here. So these type of logics I want to implement. So those type of logics are required as per my test case, so that I want to implement here. Yes, but while we are implementing in Selenium IDE, we have some limitations. We have some limitations. So we are restricted to implement some of the logics. It's not supporting those that much. That's why, as an automation engineer, we are going to be st- started working with Selenium WebDriver. So, but while we are working with the Selenium WebDriver is not a simple record and playback. Each and everything we are supposed to be right. Each and everything we are supposed to be right. What type of action Selenium need to do? Where Selenium need to do? Yes. What if any input is required for that action? That also everything we need to pass it to the Selenium. So what type of action we are doing and how to mention it is not a big deal. Click is a click, type is a send keys. It's very simple things and scenarios. Why? Because actions are limited. But there, while we have started working in real time, so one of the main challenge and one of the main knowledge, like a main skill is writing a locators. So how Selenium ID is writing the targets here. This target is nothing but locator. So why we are calling it as a locator? By using this field, by using this address, Selenium is going to be locate that element in entire in out of all the elements in a entire web page. So this is one of the scenarios. At the same time, how Selenium can able to identify it, how quickly, how good locator we use to write. Yes, these all of the things are going to be show effect on your test case. Yes, if you're writing very lengthy locators, then your script is going to be slow. The response is going to be slow. Yes, so a lot of scenarios will be there. That's why the writing a locators is one of the best skill, and it will show your experience and your skill on the Selenium. Yes. Then how I can able to write a locators in real time? Yes. So how Java is important and like that, even though these writing locators also important. For most of the people who are having the 2 years of experience, like who are climbing, I'm having a 2 years of experience in interviews. Yes. From last few days, like from last few months, I look into multiple interviews, like nearly 20 to 30 interviews. Yes, for the people 2 to 3 years experience. So for the people who are climbing as an automation experience less than 2 years, yes, they are mainly focusing on the locators. Is they able to write the locator or not? Is they able to write the locator or not? Even though a few days back, for one of my students who is having less than 3 years of experience, who is attended for the Flipkart. Even in Flipkart interview also they asked to locate an element in Flipkart website. So like that, locators also very very important. Then how to identify it? Yes. So first thing, what is meant by locator? Locator is nothing but the address of an element in a web page. Yes, you can see here. This is a web page. This is a web page. So this web page is having a lot of elements. Lots of elements. Yes. So out of the all these elements, I want to work into this username field. I want to work into this username field. So working on this username field is very easy while if you are a human being. Why? Because as a human being, we are going to be having some intelligence. So intelligence is nothing but yes, we can able to take a decision based on our past experience. Yes, based on our past experience, where is used to write username, that is username field, or where they are using this type of symbol, that is the username field. Yes, these are kind of UX experiences, U, UX scenarios, UI scenarios. So here, but we are asking Selenium to enter. Yes, Selenium is a software. It's not developed on top of artificial intelligence. It's not having any kind of intelligence. It's not able to do anything else. Yes, it's not able to take any decision based on the past experience. Simply, Selenium can able to do the work what you are going to be asked Selenium to do. Yes, if you ask Selenium to click, yes, it will click. If you ask Selenium to type, yes, it will type. If you ask Selenium to do drag and drop, yes, it can do. But you are supposed to be telling one more parameter at the time. You're supposed to give one more required parameter at the time. If you ask Selenium to type, at the same time you have to tell where it's supposed to be typed. Yes, if you are Selenium to click, at the same time you are supposed to be asked from where is on which element is supposed to be clicked. Yes. As an user, while we are going to be asked Selenium to do some work, we need to pass two input parameters to the Selenium very clearly. First one is what is the action it's supposed to be do and where it's supposed to be do. That where it's supposed to be do is nothing but a locator. That means is an address of that particular element in this web page. Yes. Yes. Like if you ask some like if you call if you ask someone to call a student from the eighth class, student from the eighth class is an incomplete word. Yes, if you ask someone to call a student from the eighth class, yes, you are supposed to. It's an incomplete command. You're supposed to be give a proper parameters to that guy to complete that one. Yes, you're supposed to be asked. Please call a student from the eighth class with name. Yes, here where he is studying and what is the name of that student. Both are the very important parameters to complete that command to complete that work. So like that, here also we are supposed to be give an intelligent command. We are supposed to be give a fulfilled command. Then how? Then we have to pass address and action both. Yes, I want to click on a username field. Yes, for clicking is not a big deal. Click action is there in Selenium. Then how I can able to tell? Please click on username field only. Yes, you are supposed to be pass the address of this particular username field. Yes, what is meant by address? Address is nothing but just you can go there to element where you want to interact, just click on it, just click on inspect. Yes, you can see here by default one tag is highlighting. Right. So by default one tag is highlighting here. So this is the tag which is highlighting this username field. This is the tag which is highlighting this username field. Yes, here input, this tag is having a tag name. Yes, each and every line we used to call it as a tag. So this is a one tag. So this is a open, this open braces will show you the beginning of the tag, and this greater than symbol is showing you the ending of the tag. So each and every tag is supposed to be opened by the one less than symbol and closed by the greater than symbol here. Yes. So the each and every starting word of a tag, each and every starting word of the tag is highlighting in a different color here. You can observe this one. This each and every word of a beginning of a tag is used to call it as a tag name. We used to call it as a tag name. This is a tag name. So this tag name is might be a duplicate or a unique. It's not an issue. So multiple tags might be a share a same common name. It's not an issue. This tag name and everything will be assigned by the front end developers. It's not our headache. Yes, they might be. So these all the things we used to call it as a tag names. So you can observe here, each and every tag is having their own name. This is HTML, this is a head, this is a body, this is div. Here we are having one tag name as a link. Here we are having one tag name as a form. Yes, so like that. Multiple tags will be there, page. Then if you see here, each and every tag, If you see here, each and every tag, most of the tags, each and most of the tags or otherwise, the tag might be have multiple attributes. Just why I'm using the word might be here. Some of the tags might will be not have any kind of attributes. So most of the tags will be have the attributes. What is meant by attribute? Attribute is nothing but, so this is the tag, this is the tag, this tag name is input. So this is input tag. This input tag is having a multiple attributes. Name is one attribute, ID is one attribute, here type is one attribute. So you can see here this input tag, name is one attribute, ID is one attribute, here type is one attribute. Here value is one attribute, name, type, value, and ID. Like that, here in this tag, if you come to this particular span tag, which is below to the our required input tag, this span tag, if you observe here, class is one attribute, style is one attribute. Class is one attribute, and style is one attribute. So how a student is having different attributes, different like roll number, father name, class teacher ID, like this scenario. However, employee is having employee number, user ID, some another unique identification numbers. Either it might be unique or something else, different characteristics, or belongs to some particular Pegasus team, like that. So how each and every student is having different attributes, like that. Each and every tag is also having different attributes. So here, what are the attributes assigned to this particular tag is name, ID, and type. So here, name equal to txt username. This we used to call it as a value. This is a value of a tag attribute. It's a value of a name attribute. Like here, txt username is a value of a ID attribute. Here, text is a value of a type attribute. Like every tag is having a multiple attributes. Each and every attribute is having different values. Sorry. So each and every attribute is having their own values. Yeah. So based on these attributes, we are going to be identifying the element locators. That means location or address of that particular element. Then we are passing that address to the Selenium. Please go to this address and do this work like that. Okay. So if you observe here, if you observe this particular page, yes, here we are having span tag, input tag, div tag, multiple tags is there. So if you observe this input tag, we are having name attribute, we are having ID attribute, and type attribute. If you observe the span tag, we are having class attribute and style attribute. Yes. So we are having multiple attributes: name, ID, type, class, style, style, link, value. Yes, you can see here multiple attributes is there if you look into this particular action, method. Yes. So like that, yes, any kind of attributes. These are also defined by the front-end developer. There is no restriction like you're supposed to be style only, you're supposed to be like that only. So those names also optional for the front-end developers. Yes. We are having these many scenarios, right? Then how, which tag I'm going to be used here? How I can able to use it? Yes, is my Selenium is able to identify an element by using all the attributes? Yes. Can I use style there? Can I use ID there? Yes, I have a style attribute here, right? Can I use this attribute in locators as part of locator? Yes, if you see here, I want to identify this one. Yes, here I have a name, ID, and type. Can I use this type attribute? Yes. But while we are working with Selenium, Selenium is supporting only four attributes to identify an element. Only four attributes. Yes, Selenium supports only four attributes to identify that element. What all are those four elements here? Yes. So here they are having ID, class, name, and link test. Just give me some time. I understand why my notepad is taking this much time to open. Yes. So we have multiple attributes, right? So if you look into this one, you can able to see multiple attributes. Is can I use all these attributes to identify an element in Selenium? No. Selenium supports only four attributes. That means Selenium can able to identify an element, locate an element with using only four attributes. Those are ID, name, class name, and link text. And link text. These four are the yes ID, name, class name, and link text. These four are the elements where these four are the different attributes which are supported by the Selenium. So here ID is nothing but you can see here ID. Whenever we are having ID equal to this is an ID attribute. The second one is name attribute. So this is a name attribute. The third one is class name. The class name is nothing but class equal to this one. This class equal to. This class attribute is not there for the input tag. You can see here. So these all are the optional and choices of the front-end developers what they are using. There is no restrictions. Each and every tag is supposed to have all these attributes. So we are need to deal with some of the tags which are not having any of these four. Yes, we are going to be face that type of issues also. So we have ID attribute here, we have name attribute here, yes, we have class attribute. So link text. What is meant by link text here? So link text is nothing but you can see here. Yes. So see, link text is nothing but the text which is displaying at the end of the tag in between the greater than and less than symbols is used to call it as a link text. The text what you are displaying here exactly is going to be displaying your UI also. So name, ID, class it we already discussed. So as per our thing, Selenium can able to identify an element by using the link text also. What is meant by link text? So link text is nothing but see here this one. Here this div is a tag. This div is a tag. This tag is having an ID attribute. At the same time, you can see at the end of the tag, it's having some text in between the less than and greater than symbols. So this is called link text. So the text what is here, actually is going to be displayed on your panel. You can observe this one. So if I change it to something else, yes, you can see here is changing to Selenium. The text what is displaying here is exactly displaying into your UI. So this we used to call it as a link text. By using these four attributes only, by using these four attributes only, Selenium can able to identify an element. Yes, by using these four attributes only. We have some of the tags. Sometimes we may not have any of these four tags, any of these four attributes in a tag where we want to work. Sometimes the values assigned to these attributes are not unique. So what is meant by not unique? Not unique means nothing. But if you see, just I asked one boy to call a student from the eighth class with the name Raj. But in that class, multiple students, two students is there with the name Raj. Then again, it's confusion will be there, right? Which Raj? Obviously, that guy who I sent to call, that guy will be confused at the time. Yes. So like that, if it is not a unique attribute what we are using, or what are available attributes are not unique, or in case the tag where we want to work is not having any of these four attributes, or the values given to these attributes are keep on changing every time, then what we have to do? Yes, in that scenarios, we are going for XPath or CSS. Yes, we are going to be discuss about all these scenarios. So in tomorrow's class, we are going to be discuss about all these scenarios in tomorrow's class. So this is a way. This is a way. So once we started working as an automation engineer, the first work we are supposed to be interact with the elements. So how to interact by using the locators. So we need to write a locators as per our requirement. So how to write? So how what type of locators I need to use? Yes, these are all the things we are going to be discuss. Mostly by tomorrow's class or by day after tomorrow's class, we are going to close it. Then immediately we are jump into this Java. So once Java completed, again we are moving to the Selenium WebDriver. Yes, at the time again we are going to be discuss about these scenarios one more time deeply. Why I'm giving the high level idea right now? So why? Because you people might have good lot of time to practice it. Yes. So if you practice these type of scenarios, these type of locators once started in the Selenium, then you can spend a lot of time on Java, in Selenium program. If you're stuck in both the sides, then it's become a big deal. That's why I'm giving a high level idea as of now. Yes. So any questions from anyone? That's it from my end for today. So we are going to be discuss about how to find the locator, how to write and expand these scenarios. So any questions from anyone?
Vivek, could you please explain the link text?
Yes. So link test is nothing but the text which is there at the end of the tag. So if you see here, this is a tag. So this is a tag. At the end of the tag, you can see one text in between the greater than and less than symbols. We used to call it as a link test. So exactly this link test is a text exactly what displaying on your UI. Just I changed it. If you refresh it, it's again just move to login. Yes. So this is a link text. Exactly what you are seeing on your UI, that is this going to be displayed here. So this is a link text. The text which is linked
How,
to the your tag is called link. Yeah, please.
how, how it is use it in script? That's what.
How it is? Yes, this is a one kind of locator.
Uh,
Like how we are using the ID, class,
uh,
name, attributes. Like that, this is also one of the attribute we are going to be using in our scripts. Yes, how it's going to be. So this is one of the attribute we are going to be use it for identifying an element. So see here how we are using ID equal to txt password, how this particular Selenium ID is using ID equal to such button like that. They're going to be used link text equal to text. What is there? Link text equal to login panel, link text equal to admin like that.
oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Going forward, I think we are having deep discussion on it. Yeah. Any more questions from anyone? Yeah. So at the same time, so at the beginning of the course, yes, I think if anyone is feeling like my teaching is a bit slow, yes. So initial days is like that only. Why? Because we are supposed to be cover all the people who are having some background knowledge, who are not having background knowledge. So going forward, I'll pick up some speed. But initially, it will be like this only to uh, cover all kind of people.
No, that's good. That's good, Vivek.
Yeah. Okay. So any more questions, or can we drop off? Okay, then. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Mhm.